For my interview of the living artist, I did Travis Broyles, and he's actually based out in Everett. As far as the agenda, I'm going to talk about a brief description of Tattoo 101, Sunken Ship Tattoo, as far as where he works. There's a video of Ratwad culture, his biography, press release, and some of his work. According to Wiki, tattoos is basically a form of body modification that's embedded in the skin. It goes back as far as 10,700 to 9,400 BC. And some of the earlier methods was they actually cut the skin and rub ashes or some kind of ink medium. And then they also use organic materials as far as bones or sticks to what we have now as far as electronic tattooing. Sunken Ship is actually in Everett. It's about an hour from here, if you guys are ever interested. And let's see here, I've got a little video here. Oh, yeah, jump in. Sorry. This video is on their website, and it kind of describes the culture as far as hot rod or rat rod.
I'm Hot Rod Heidi. I own Hot Rod Heidi's Vintage Closet in Everett off of Broadway. And my husband and I own the Sunken Ship Tattoo. And we have 2 shops in one. It's definitely, yeah, you walk in and some people come off the street, they see both windows, so they're not sure is it a tattoo shop or they come in thinking it's just a vintage clothing store. Basically they love coming in because they're just like, oh, it's 2 things. I can get a tattoo and I can get, I can go shopping at the same time. Yeah, that was awesome. I've always been interested in vintage clothing. It's kind of my lifestyle, the way I dress when I go out. And, I'm not every day dressed like this, but, still the hot rod kind of culture look, jeans and just cute stuff, love that, the whole look. It's a quality. The fabric is it's lasted all these years. They're custom made, some were designers and some were made by our grandmothers, So yeah, it's better quality and it's to me, it's just the look is gorgeous. Like you can wear something that not a million other people are wearing. Definitely a subculture that's not for everyone. Not everyone wants to be heavily tattooed. Not everyone, does their hair the same way we do. It's a whole different thing.
The hot rod culture, it's something I've been into for a long time. Well before the connection of tattooing, but I don't know what you say about it. You either love it or you don't. It's kind of, one of those things where you may dress that way, but whether or not you drive a 53 to work or a 60 every day, I'm just comfortable doing that. It doesn't feel like a 2010 something like it. Tattoos are just, definitely have exploded since I started tattooing. And, honestly, 7 years ago, it doesn't seem like that long ago, but, the TV shows and, we're not just tattooing the 18 to 25-year-olds anymore. We have a lot of clientele that are, well into their 60s now, so it's definitely pretty popular. Things are a lot more consistent, as far as, products go and machines, builders, and all that thing. So it definitely makes our job easier. We're not having to battle a lot of that, and the outcome of the tattoos are way better, part of, the hot rod culture and that kind of thing. We got the Gringos, Hard Money Saints, all those guys are local. Definitely, again, it goes back to community. You support them, and likewise, they do the same for you.
This location is great. We started out at a really small location out of the way. The city of Everett doesn't allow tattoo shops in their zoning, so the downtown area doesn't allow it. So we had to kind of be out of the way, and it didn't really affect us. We grew out of that small place into the first half of this building, and we did so well that we knocked down the wall and took over the whole building. So we've done quite well here. We really like this location.
Things have been going well for us, We enjoy the community aspects of things and, the whole realms of art and that kind of thing. So it's kind of a shoo-in for us.
All right, so does anybody have any tattoos that they want to admit? Anybody not too fond of tattoos, or? I don't have any myself, but what interests me with Travis was a friend of mine had a tattoo on Facebook, and I started admiring some of his work. So Travis is actually, he'll be 24 in September, so he's fairly young. He's from Tampa, Florida. He did an apprentice with William Adams in Indianapolis. He currently lives in the Seattle Everett area, and he has certifications as far as bloodborne pathogen, CPR, and some of the general Red Cross certifications. He also likes to focus more on Victorian art, American tradition, neo-traditional, but he's not limited to those. Some of his items that he strives for, clean, bold, and you'll see some of that in his work here. He is actually, besides the tattoo artist, he is a graphic designer, web design that he does on the side. And some of this actually helps him with saturation, exposure, contrast, and composition with some of his artwork. He also has a record label, Robot Monster. And he started to get into the clothing company, Fan Creature Clothing and Apparel. And he also has a collection of movies, specifically in horror. So you'll see some of his artwork towards that. Some of his press release, Outlaw Kitten issue, February 2012. Needles and Sins, Everett Herald. Tattoo Hodgepodge, Graveyard Grease Gang. And then here's some of his artwork. Now, his art mainly fascinates me because, when I was growing up, it was just usually black tattoos, and with all the colors and everything, I actually, I really like, he doesn't do 3D, but I'm starting to see some of the 3D tattoo as well, and it's very interesting to see. So. You guys have any questions or comments? Yes.
Why does he have a record label?
It's just something he's doing on the side. He's just kind of broadening his skill levels as far as other areas. So.
He's not an artist, like a singing vocal?
I haven't, well, We didn't really talk about that. I just saw that on his bio. With our schedule, he was pretty busy as far as his clients and my schedule. So I was actually only there for just a short time, half hour or so in Everett, when I actually just chatted with him for a little bit. I also talked with the owner and his wife. So I didn't really, like I didn't touch on the other areas that he's getting into.
So you said that he was in one smaller building somewhere else before he moved into the bigger building and all that kind of stuff. How long ago did he get that? Because he said he's 23 turning 24.
Yes.
So-
He started working, he's been a tattoo artist for 5-6 years, I believe. And the owner, they're originally downtown Everett, and they usually accommodate more of the sailors or the Navy people. Because of the ordinance there, they moved the outskirts of Everett. It's been about 4 years. So.
Wow.
Did he like mention if he likes doing colored tattoos compared to black and white tattoos? Because it seemed like from what you showed us, is that he focuses more on colored tattoos. Is that correct?
Like I said, he's open to, you know, I only grabbed what, like I said, I was really tuned into the color. So I grabbed some of the pictures. He does have more work, and I think there was a couple on there that was just all black. So, or the black smoke kind of.
But I'm just asking, does he have like a preference?
Preference? Not that I know of.
So does he own the business or does he?
No, he works for Matt and Heidi, and that's their association, is the business.
I guess one comment I would make is that it was a little confusing just with having that video, because I thought that was more about him than it was about the shop, but it wasn't. So I guess it was, because he didn't know the shop.
No.
Okay, so that was confusing. So I think somebody asked like where he was at the shop before, and then they bought another shop or something.
Yeah, I
guess
just wanted to throw that in there as far as to give an overview of the shop, as far as tattoo as an art, and some of the aspects that they have at their shop. So.
Actually, one of the things I was intrigued by, because I know you're interested in cars, painting cars, correct?
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty interesting, that is a compelling relationship between art forms that, you can think about more.
Yeah, I'm also into automotive too, so
Yeah.
somehow that kind of got in.
There's a reason for that. There are aesthetic reasons and, people's choice of how they spend their time. There is a connection there. Frank had something.
Yeah, since he's an employee there, does he make commissions or and he's an artist? Does he get money from his work or is he just paid by the hour? Do you know?
I'm not too sure as far as if there is commission or not. I know that he does. I mean, they charge like he was $125 an hour.
Jamie knows that.
I think the most expensive piece that he's done, he told me, was about $3,500, somewhere around there.
So Alfredo, I thought it was great, especially after Jamie's presentation, to get some of that history. That was a really interesting part of the presentation, how tattoos have been made over time. I'm also going to use you as a little bit of an object lesson for keeping your time straight too. It's really hard to put a video clip in and stay under your time frame, and that was way over. So just think about, practice what you put together, because if you're, we're pretty tolerant here, and out in the world, if it's 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes. So I want you to practice doing that. The other thing is, sometimes this is a good rule to break. In this case, I think this background is somewhat distracting. For those of you who are still coming up with your presentations, set your background to black. Because what we're really interested in is the images of the artists. We're not interested in Microsoft's artwork at all. but it's something, you're not the only one who does that. It happened yesterday. So do not be seduced. And if you need me to show you where to get your black background on PowerPoint, just let me know, Jamie.
So are you gonna do anything now, or are you gonna?
I thought about it. If I am, I'd probably go to Travis. You got a shirt. So. That's the least I can do.
You also took a great risk by standing up in front too. That doesn't happen every day, and I applaud you for that. I think it's really great to see you standing up front. You had to add to some of the technology here to do that. So it's a nice way to give a presentation. Have you be part of it. Anything else?
Very well said.
Yeah, definitely. So let's all meet back here at 10:15.